Good afternoon, and welcome to the April 2023 Pitt County Department of Social Services Board meeting. I would like to call the meeting to order and observe a moment of silence. Thank you. Do we have any public comments? So the next item on our agenda is to adopt or revise today's agenda. I think we had a revision. Ms. Keisha Adams, counsel, will be sitting in for Ms. Rochelle. Is there any other revisions to today's agenda? If not, can I have a motion to accept today's agenda?
Move to accept.
A second the movement to accept today's agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
You should have seen the minutes from last month's meeting. Are there any changes or revisions to last month's minutes? If not, can I get a motion to accept last month's?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, next we'll have the recognition of new hires and retirees by Ms. Keisha Adams, counsel.
Okay. At this time, we're going to recognize our new employees here at Pitt County DSS. As you all know, Pitt County is in the business of public service, and we are glad to have these individuals here to serve the citizens of Pitt County. So as I call your name, and just in case I pronounce it incorrectly, when you step forward, please state your name, your start date, as well as the area that you're currently employed and anything else you want to share with us. Nina Owens. Step to the podium.
Good afternoon. My name is Nina Owens. I'm employed with the Child Protective Services here in Pitt County. I came from Washington County, and I'm happy to be here. I've been in Child Protective Services for 9 years. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad that y'all accepted me into y'all agency. So thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
We're
you.
happy to have you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you. All right, next, Vera Smith.
My name is Vera Smith. I am in Child Protective Services. I'm supervising.
I
in-home
don't know about
services.
everybody else, but I can hardly hear you. Thank
Oh.
you.
I'm sorry. My name is Vera Smith. I'm in Child Protective Services, and I am doing in-home services supervising, and I came from Craven County.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy to have you.
Glad to be here.
Next, we have Ashley Moore.
Good afternoon. I'm Ashley Moore. I'll be at the HSC building, income maintenance caseworker, and I am a rehire. So glad to be
Rehire.
back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming back.
Ain't no place like home.
LaShawna Shannon.
Hello,
Hi.
my name is LaShawna. I will be a social worker with Kelly Clay's lovely permanency planning team. I previously worked in Lenoir County as a social worker as well in child welfare. Yeah, that's about it. But thank you guys for hiring me. I appreciate it.
Thank
you for coming.
Welcome.
Gina Robinson.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Gina Robinson, and I'll be working for Pitt County as an income maintenance case manager. I must say that if I knew this was going to be a part of it, I may have declined the whole process. But my history is I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, And I was a Title IV-E case manager in Milwaukee for foster care for 13 years. Then in Wisconsin, in Center Tanith, we have W-2. So I was a W-2 worker for a little over almost 6 years. I also worked in the state of North Carolina as a health educator, and now I'm here. And this is my home. We've been here now for 2 years. Really excited about the position. I can't thank you guys enough for it. I hope I'm able to do you proud and the community proud. So thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, you'll be
Thank
proud.
you.
Welcome.
You here. Welcome to the South.
That's all we have for new hires, and again, we thank you all for your service with Pitt County.
Thank you, new hires. You can, you're welcome to stay, or you can be dismissed. Next on the agenda is items for report. Remote work pilot update.
Good afternoon. My name is Harvey White. I'm the DSS security officer for the state, and I'm also the MIS liaison. Ms. Rochelle asked me, she tasked me with getting the feel of how remote work will work for the agency. So right now, we were starting last month. We sent out a test group. We did 12 laptops for workers to work from home. They're mostly from the Human Services Center because social workers already have a feel of working remotely. So we wanted to see how the other building would be able to work. You know, we sent out a survey asking all the programs they may be accessing, asking them their internet speed, trying to gauge how comfortable they would be. And that's pretty much where we're at now. We're, just giving them a chance to work more out, from home, and then, we'll get the feedback with surveys, seeing what we need to improve, what else we might need to add to the laptops that they currently have so they'll be able to function more efficiently. That's pretty much where we're at. Do you have any questions? Or?
I don't know, sound like your plate full, but we're going to help you eat it off.
Oh, yes, it's pretty full, but it's going pretty well so far. The biggest concern is being able to access their documents from home. So we're working on a solution for that. We're working on trying to do like a Laserfish mobile so they'll be able to access all the documents they have in the office without having to remote into the office. So we're working, we have a lot of things in the works, and right now, we're looking at about $3,000 per employee for them to be able to remote from home, which is more than it would be if we brought them inside the agency, which it costs us around $7,500 right now for a new employee that's hired.
Oh, well, that's a pay. You hurry up and get going.
Yes, ma'am. So, we'll keep you updated as the project goes on. Do you have any other questions for me?
No.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have a child welfare in-home service update.
I'm Colleen Anderson. I'm the program manager for in-home services. And so I thought I'd start by talking to you about what in-home services is. I think a lot of the community knows what an assessment is and what foster care is, but not necessarily what in-home does. So once a report comes in and it's been assessed and been found in need of services or found that there are safety concerns with the family, then that assessment would be substantiated or found in need of services, and they would transfer that case to in-home services. So the assessment worker and the in-home services worker would go to meet with the family together. The assessment worker will kind of explain the findings, what they've recommended, and the in-home services will take the case from there. They will develop a family service agreement, which is a plan with the family where they talk about what are the needs, what are the safety risks, how we're going to address those, what are the activities that they're going to need to do. They work with the families with the children in the home. Sometimes the children can't be maintained safely in the home, and if that occurs, then we would ask that family to make a plan. So they have the opportunity to ask a family member or to ask a friend, anybody that they would like to provide care for their family, for their child. So that person would have to pass a criminal record check, a CPS record check, a home assessment, and then they would have to be willing to work with the department, because we would still need to visit that child. We would still be going to their home on a regular basis to see that child, and we would continue to work with the parents in their home. If we're able to approve them, then we would just continue to work in-home services that way. So that's kind of what in-home services is in a nutshell. And then the update on the program is that really our need for in-home services has grown significantly in the last 5 years. We had probably for about 3 years workers running with a double caseload because we just had that many families that needed our services. So in the last couple of years, we've been able to get 4 new positions and a supervisory position. So previously, when they were running the double caseload, we had 2 units with 2 supervisors, we had 9 in-home workers, and we had 1 prevention worker. And now we have 3 units with 3 supervisors. We have 13 in-home workers, we have 1 prevention worker, and we have an LCSW. So with the growth in Pitt County and the need for in-home increasing, so has the complexity of the issues that we're addressing with families. And most of our families are coming with multiple significant needs. The leading needs that we have are overwhelmingly mental health and substance abuse, and often they go together. I think most of us know that mental health and substance abuse are lifelong struggles for families, that even when they're well managed, that they take lifelong maintenance. One of the other things that we are seeing a significant rise in is child characteristics. That has grown significantly to be about the 3rd thing now that we're seeing. And that's different, can be different things. It's an unmet or unmanaged need for a child. So it could be the child has mental health concerns that are not being addressed, or behavioral issues, delinquency issues. The child needs treatment because of some trauma that they've experienced. It could also be that they have a medical issue, or they have educational issues that are going unmet by their family. We also see a lot of parenting and domestic violence as well. We currently have 5 vacant positions, and we've been diligently advertising and interviewing and hiring, and we are experiencing the same shortage of applicants that they're experiencing at the child welfare level statewide. We're hearing from all the other counties that everyone's experiencing the same kind of shortage of applicants. So we may advertise 5 positions, and I think we get 5 applicants. So, and those applicants had applied for multiple jobs, just not for those 5 jobs. So we have recently offered 2 people, made 2 recommendations, waiting for those to go through so I could offer those jobs, and then I have 4 new interviews to be set up. So hopefully, maybe by middle May, we'll be fully staffed if all those go as well, and that's kind of the update on in-home. Is there anything I can answer for anyone?
So how long do you have from the time you receive I guess a referral to actually decide if the case is going to be substantiated or not?
So when an assessment comes in, they have 45 days to make the decision on whether it's substantiated or found in need of services, and then 7 days from that decision, they have to meet the in-home worker.
Okay. Any other questions?
Anything else?
Doesn't sound like she has any problem filling the vacancies. That's a good thing.
We're trying. We've been able to move things a little bit faster since Ms. Rochelle has been able to remove some of the barriers that were causing things to take longer, just the bureaucratic things you have to go through. So we've filled quite a few this year, and then I just have those last ones. So hopefully if these interviews go well, we'll have those filled.
Do you have a exit interview?
An exit interview?
Do you all have extra?
We do.
Exit interview. I just was curious.
We do.
Thank you.
So what are some of the basic requirements for most of the positions you're seeking?
So for them to have a human services degree, it could be a social work degree, but it could be a degree in some other human services field. And then to have a couple of years experience, but we have been doing a work against. so they can come in at a lower level and work towards it, because we were having a lot of trouble having applicants when we were not doing the work against. We just weren't having qualified people that were looking to work.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll have the Medicaid, FNS, and utility.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First, I'll report on our Medicaid processing report card. I'm happy to report that the staff passed the report card in both areas. Our disability Medicaid applications at 92%, all other Medicaid applications at 92%, and the state requirement is 90%. So congratulations to our staff in Medicaid for the work they did in that area and our passing for the month of March. In food and nutrition services, we have 556 applications pending at present. At the last meeting, we had 597 pending. In the month of March, we received 1,350 applications, and we processed 1,557 applications. So that's commendable, and I thank you also to the Food and Nutrition Services staff. We are managing the workload, the high volume of applications that we're receiving. So that is commendable also.
You say how many and how many you processed?
We received 1,350 applications during the month of March, and we processed 1,557. So some of the ones processed in March were from March, and some were from the prior month. And so
sound like you're caught up and then some.
Well, we're in good shape. We're managing it, yes, because the number of applications we're receiving fluctuates. We received more in March than we did in February. The number in March was about what we received in the month of February. So it fluctuates, but they're managing it well, and all of our staff in FNS in the intake area, all those positions are filled, and all of the staff are out of training for food and nutrition services, and they'll be able, now that they're out of training, those that were more recently hired, they'll be able to build their skills and produce even more as they work in the position. So we're very happy about that. The Low-Income Energy Assistance Program, the last applications were received on March 31st, and as of March 31st, we had assisted 3,521 households in Pitt County, and the amount of assistance provided was $1,247,800 for Pitt County citizens. And we are still processing some applications that were received in March. We will finish those up this month. So those that got their applications in will get a decision on if they were approved and the amount they were approved for. In the Low-Income Household Water Assistance Program, as of March 31st, we had assisted 1,309 households, and the assistance amount for those households is $418,318.66. As of March 31st, we had $210,695 remaining. So that program is ongoing, and we are still receiving applications for the water assistance program. So I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Brian, at the meeting, not last month, but the month before that, you let us know that some of the COVID funds that had been like a special addition to the food stamps was ending. And so you expected to see a bit of an influx of people needing additional food because they had really gotten used to receiving that extra amount. Have you seen that
Yes.
influx? Or are you seeing that people are managing, or what's that looking like in the
We've not
community?
seen a large number. We are assisting those that are contacting us with connections to food banks, and but it's not as large a number as we might would have thought.
Good.
So that's going okay at this point. The feedback I'm getting from the people that are answering the phones and the actual caseworkers and supervisors is it's not been a great number of people calling.
Good, that's great.
Did
Thank
you
you.
get any complaints?
Well, we had some that had questions. One of the questions was about which is my monthly benefit that I'm eligible for. And the supplements always came from the 22nd of the month to the end of the month. The other allotments are issued on the odd days from the 3rd through the 21st. So anything issued from the 3rd to the 21st would be the amount that the household is eligible for. And so we have had questions like that. But during the whole 3-year period where supplements were being issued, those two amounts were issued separately.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we have the director's report. Give it to Ms. Adams, counsel.
Okay, so the deputy director position closed as well as the business officer 2 position closed. We are currently waiting on completion of the applicant pool for the deputy director positions. And the business officer 2, we received 4 applicants, and those interviews are scheduled for April the 21st. And for training, we had Aisha Jones, Ashley Clark, and Tanya Cannon. They all attended the training for qualification. So now they're trained and able to qualify applicants that apply to the various positions within the agency.
Is that something like internal promotion?
If someone applies for a position and they have to see if they, based on their experience and their education, if they meet the qualifications, they've received the training
Okay.
to determine that.
Okay.
Okay. Security updates. Chris Barnes conducted a review of the Human Services Center to assess for modifications to the front lobby. We are implementing an incident reporting process for threats to address threats made. And we're looking to hire a full-time sheriff's deputy that will be housed at the Human Services Center. And we're also exploring a contract for a deputy to serve over here at the county office building as needed.
What kind of threats are you getting? Is that something you can tell?
I don't know the specific threats, but you know, in the climate that we're in,
Are they hostile? I would expect them, yes, but.
some may be hostile, people be upset, and, you know, it's just it's a different time we're in, and people just don't necessarily know how to express their emotions without having those type of outbursts. So in this climate, we just have to be safe and precautious.
Proactive. Proactive rather than de. Okay, thank you.
Any
So-
other questions?
So we're getting 2 deputies, one for over here and one for over there.
Right, we're looking at using one in the county office building as needed. And one will be housed at the Human Services Center, full-time.
I'm surprised it hadn't been before now.
Any other questions?
No, thank you. Thank you for the responses.
Thank you.
All right, at this point, we'll have board member comments.
I just want to say thank you to Keisha for all of the work that you're doing during Child Abuse Prevention Month. You put together a lot of activities and events and all sorts of things that are going on to really make that month do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
So I really appreciate your work in that, and of course for stepping up today.
Thank you. And it's not just me, I have a team that's helping me out, and workers are volunteering to attend some of the community events that we're gonna show up and pass out literature about child abuse prevention. So,
The
Excellent.
more you're seen in the community, the more relaxation you probably could get out of the residents.
Right, and once people see us out there, they know that we're not a threat. We're there to help and not to hurt. We're here as a resource. And we're not the enemy. We're just trying to keep families together and give them the educational tools that they need to make sure their children are nurtured, cared for, and safe. So that's the goal, to get out there and be in the community and let them know, we're not here, we're not the enemy, we're here to help.
And that message came across very clear in the media events. So I was excited to turn on the news and see Pitt County DSS represented, and you and Ms. Rochelle really gave that message that we're here to help and not to hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'd just like to say welcome to the new workers that were introduced, and too bad, too sad for Craven County, Washington County, and Lenore County. So kudos to us. Yes.
And how's your staffing going, Keisha?
I'm happy to say we have 13 assessment social workers. We need a few more, but we are, come May 1st, we will be fully staffed. I have one person starting on April the 17th, and then the last position, that person has accepted, and she starts May the 1st. So now we have 2 social work supervisor positions that close today, and we'll be scheduling interviews soon to see if we can get those 2 positions filled, and then assessments, our investigations unit will be full.
Oh, wonderful. You know, you're moving into graduation season.
Oh, yes.
Yes, so you should have a good applicant pool, hopefully,
And
yes.
we encourage our interns when they're here to apply, especially since we do the work against now. And if they're part of the collaborative, the Child Welfare Collaborative, that gives them a year experience. So,
Wonderful.
All right, any other comments?
Well, I'm going to say, Mr. Chairman, if I'm in order, I motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
So we adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you.